Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Chun, Mr. and Mrs. Cornell, and hopefully my future girlfriend for the evening, wherever you are. I would ask that you open your hearts, minds, and ears for the next 10 minutes or so as I celebrate and toast Mr. Jonathan Chun. It wasn't much of a surprise to me when John first asked me to be his best man. After all, we've known each other for about a decade. But I was surprised on two accounts. One, he asked me via Facebook. Now, John, I'm a big fan of Facebook. Being a single man, it's made my life a lot easier. It's almost acceptable in society to stalk people on it. But you should have picked up the phone. I wouldn't have been that mad. And two, I had to take a quick glimpse at my calendar because I'm pretty sure marriage was not in the little she and John Chun lifetime that we put into motion back during our plebe year. But that's okay, John. Yet my cries fell on deaf ears, and it wasn't until today that I recognized why. It wasn't until today that I was standing up next to you at the altar, and I realized why. You were as giddy as a schoolgirl, and you had a smile from ear to ear as your future wife-to-be Heather walked down the aisle. And I thought to myself, what a lucky bastard. See, John's always been lucky. You know that saying, I'd rather be lucky than good? Well, John's both. And that can be kind of annoying being his roommate at the Naval Academy. Star football player, Naval Academy graduate. And believe it or not, he's kind of smart. John did really well at the Naval Academy, was not really trying too hard. I found this out about midway through sophomore year when he came back from the library and was absolutely dumbfounded about how far the library was from our room. Needless to say, that was the first and last time he visited the library that evening. Let's see, Marine Corps pilot. Oh, I'm sorry, Marine Corps Aviator. The few, the proud, the John Chun, ladies and gentlemen. John looks so damn sharp in that uniform, I get all warm and fuzzy inside knowing he's providing that blanket of freedom for us. There's no more room under that blanket for him, ladies, but there's a lot of room next to me. I think I've covered all the bases. Smart, handsome, athletic, charming. Let me reflect on the charming part. I gotta do it to you, John. Now, as his roommate at the Naval Academy, I was John's wingman for 4 years at the Naval Academy. So, Heather, I know the extent of his charm. I'm a little foggy on how you guys met. I know it had to do with New Year's Eve, a little alcohol, and then a 2-hour ride at 5 a.m. in the morning to Pulaski, Tennessee that you were not too fond about. But I'm sure at some point in the evening, it kind of went like this. Hi, my name is John Chun. I'm from Tennessee. I like poker, and my dream is to win the World Series of Poker with roll-up aces over ace. Now, the only thing missing from that situation is me in the background saying, like, he talks slow, like slow in the head, no? It's me, look at me. No. But that's John. He's a real ladies' man, and even today he's managed to have the most beautiful girl by his side, Heather. So, when I first got this gig, I Googled how to be a best man, and obviously the first thing was keep it short, which I'm not doing. But no, honestly, the first thing was do not air out the groom's laundry, the dirty laundry. So as much as I would like to tell you about hopping the wall at the Naval Academy and being chased by the policia and the alleged three-legged donkey incident in Mexico, I cannot do that. Not to mention I would scare up my date, or future date for the night. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the mouse story. See, John and I lived together, we first started living together our freshman year. We lived in a 3-man room, but it was only just the 2 of us. The administration thought that we were special, so they decided to isolate us. We were pretty fine, we thought we were special too. You remember that room number? I still remember, it's 314. 7314. So one evening in 7314, we were going about with our nightly routine. I was on Facebook poking and messaging young college ladies. Back then, Facebook was the eHarmony for college students. John was playing poker online and eating his chicken. When all of a sudden, a mouse scurries across our room. Now, something had to be done. We couldn't have this mouse eating John's beloved chicken. So of course, being in a military academy, we named it an operation. That operation was called Operation Mickey Mouse. It was real in-depth. It consisted of taking a piece of sticky paper and putting peanut butter on it and strategically placing it around John's desk. Lights out, 2 o'clock in the morning, we're woken up to... John, what's that? Now, of course I knew what it was. It was Operation Mickey Mouse taking a full effect and success. But I didn't want to get out of bed. I wanted John to go get out of bed and look what was going on. After about 5 minutes of arguing, I jumped down, go look at the piece of paper. To my surprise, Operation Mickey Mouse turned into Operation Mickey and Minnie Mouse. There were 2 mice on that paper. I go over to John. Hey, John, we got 2 mice here. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Step on them? John, I'm not going to step on the mice, John. So we have a sink, you know, we have a kitchen sink. So I take the mice, I delicately place them under the sink, shut the door, and I'm not going to be out here and go back, deal with it in the morning. Lights off, hop back in bed. 2 minutes later, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even bother asking John to jump out of bed, grab the mice, right go to the foot of his bed. John, what do you want me to do with the mice? I don't know, throw them out the window. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing will ever be said or admitted what happened in the next 10 minutes in that room, but 2 mice plunged 4 stories to their death. Now, I'd like to think that Mickey and Minnie's tragedy can somehow be translated into a metaphor for the young couple we have this evening. John and Heather, no matter how many sticky situations you get in, or how many nights you get woken up by problems, please take comfort in knowing that there is a window of opportunity, that John is more than happy to throw all your troubles out, just so you can get a safe sleep that night. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to pick up your glass and raise it. John, I never had a brother. I consider you my brother. I love you, man. Heather and John, I wish you nothing but a life of love and happiness. And go produce some D1 athletes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.